I literally found myself in a hospital bed getting an EKG. I was just completely overwhelmed. Hey everyone, welcome to The Special Life by Ale. I'm Jackie G and I'm not a 2-year-old. I am a special needs mommy to my 2-year-old daughter, Alexandrea. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips / habits for my special needs parents out there so that we can be the best that we can be, not only for ourselves, but for our kids so that we can help them thrive. If you guys have any more tips, please make sure that you share them down below with the rest of this special needs community. Let's begin. So I know some of these tips might be a bit obvious. I feel like there are good reminders for us to keep in mind. Let's start off with the most obvious, which is to stay healthy. Okay, I know this is pretty basic, but I feel like it needs to be said. I seriously got a wake-up call. Alexandria, she was in the hospital for the first 8 months of her life in the NICU. Coming out of there, taking on all of that responsibility as her main caretaker, I literally found myself in a hospital bed getting an EKG. Pretty dramatic, right? Most days it was almost as if I was paralyzed because there was just so many things going on. I didn't know where to start. I was just completely overwhelmed. And so I think, it was just too much. That was when I realized that I seriously needed to take action on getting healthy. Not just say I am taking care of myself or I'm going to take care of myself. No, I needed to take action. In reality, if I'm not healthy, then who's going to be there taking care of her the way I do? No one. I know you've heard this before where people are telling you gotta take care of yourselves. You know that you have to take care of yourself, but do you actually take care of yourself? Remind yourselves, this is why you are getting healthy, not only for your child, but for yourself. What does it take for us to get healthy? First thing, exercise. I have like a hair in my face. Whether it's at the gym or at home. I know some of you are gonna be like, well, I don't have time, I don't have the energy. Who am I gonna leave my child with? Those are my excuses. I didn't feel comfortable leaving my child with a strange nurse. I wasn't trusting. I did start off doing at-home workouts whenever I could. The whole not having the energy to exercise, well, let me tell you, exercising actually gives you energy. Like the days when I don't go, I feel the most sluggish. There's seriously like a hair in my face. I'm like, oh my god. At-home workouts don't have to look like every other at-home workout. Sometimes I'll do physical therapy with her. I will do my push-ups when she's doing her tummy time. When there are days when there's like therapies, there's doctor's appointments, and I know that I'm not going to be able to even get an at-home workout in, then I'll make sure that I keep it moving. I'll throw in like a squat here or there whenever I'm picking her up, or I will get a good stretch in. Even just stretching is good for you. So I'll get a good stretch in when I'm giving her a bath or something like that. The important thing is to keep it moving. Next thing is eat. Okay, I'm not just talking about eat healthy because that's important too. I know for myself, my little girl has so many things that I have to get done for her. Her medicines, her routines, her therapy. There's just so much going on that I forget to eat. And a good tip for this is to keep snacks nearby, preferably healthy ones such as protein bars, nuts, etc. And along with eating, keeping hydrated. I still struggle with this. That is why I ordered a big jug that I can keep in her room. It's one of those where it tells you by this time you're supposed to drink this amount of water. I can keep it in her room and there's no excuses. There's not going to be an excuse for me to be like, oh, well, I don't want to step away from Ale, or I just didn't have time. Like, no, it's going to be there in her room and it's going to be right in front of my face. Anyway, I'll link it down below if you guys are interested in getting one for yourself. So yeah, keep hydrated. Next one, I'm looking over here because I have my notes over here and I don't want to forget. Another thing that I feel might help is to take vitamins. Just like a multivitamin. I right now am currently taking a multivitamin, vitamin D, biotin, and fish oil. And with all of these healthy tips comes my next big tip, which is self-care routines. If you guys don't have one, you should get one, whether it's in the morning, at nighttime. I do mine in the morning. I do some things at night, but sometimes. I feel like routines are so important because that way, once you do these things daily, it becomes kind of second nature and you don't forget. So moving on to my next tip is organize and declutter. This goes without saying, but organizing makes your life so much easier. Since becoming a special needs mom, I've never been so organized in my life. So some tips for organization is keep a calendar. On Instagram, this mommy sent me pictures of her planner and I was like, dang girl, like she is serious about her planner, but her planner looks so nice. So that's why I recommend getting a planner that is nice. I know for me, it's very motivating for me to look at something that's nice and pretty. I also have an eraser board calendar, and it sits right in Alexandria's room so that everybody knows what's going on in her life. And I have like a digital one. Yeah, there's a bunch. Another thing that I do for organization is I keep a binder of all of her medical history, her immunization records, her summaries of appointments. It's full of tabs, you guys. She just has so many specialists. I'm pretty sure you guys understand me. Her binder's huge. By having this, it's just so much easier for me to find things, which was not the case in the beginning. After coming out of the hospital, like, I don't even know how I did it. I remember I was just had like pages everywhere and I just couldn't find anything. But anyway, this was really helpful. Okay, so next is routines. Again, I feel like routines are so important to have for your child. That way your child knows what to expect. For Alexandria, she has a lot, so I have like a checklist. I remember I used to look at this all the time. I'm like, okay, I have this and this and this and this done. But once I developed a routine, I feel like things got just so much easier. I don't feel like I'm going through a checklist anymore. I feel like it's just second nature. It's what we do. It's part of life. So we have a routine for the morning, afternoon, and at night. Declutter. I feel like there are so many people on this trend right now, or is it a movement? I'm seeing it on Instagram, I'm seeing it on YouTube. I love seeing that a lot of people are making this effort, consuming less and living a more sustainable life. I'm all for it, you guys. I'm not saying that I'm 100% like living a sustainable life or a minimalistic life. And the reason why I started decluttering, you guys, in the beginning, when we first brought Alexandria home, I felt as though I needed to keep all of her medical equipment in her room. It just made her room feel more like a hospital room. It was so serious, medically based, and to me, I just felt like anxiety when I went into her room, and it was kind of depressing in a way. I decided to take as much medical equipment out of her room. I left some of the most important things in there. They're still there. There's still syringes. There's things like that. But I took a lot of it out, and now it's more kid-friendly, which I love. I remember we were having like a therapy session, and Alexandria would just look at things. She would just be so distracted. That's when I realized all of this clutter is taking away from her focus. So once I decluttered, and I'm still in the process, you guys, because it is a process. It's not gonna be like a one-time thing. In my monthly cleaning video, I decluttered her toys. If you guys want to watch that, I'll link it down below. Maybe I'll do another monthly cleaning and I'll declutter her clothes or her blankets. We got a lot of blankets, you guys. It's not even funny. I just want to declutter not only her stuff, but my life. Basically, less is truly more. When there's less clutter, you can focus, your kids can focus. That's all I'm saying. The next one is being present. Be present when you're with your child. They require a lot of attention, a lot of love, a lot of care. Sometimes we need to just know when to put away our phone. Not getting onto social media is a good way to be present with your child. I feel like everybody's addicted to social media nowadays. So what I've been doing is giving myself a reward, like around 3 o'clock when she's napping, I will go on to social media, or at nighttime, but I will give myself that reward for getting all of these things done, and that's the time I can go on. Also, what I've been doing is I will only put up stories on the weekends now. I used to do them daily. Sometimes these rules do get broken, but that's because I put up a video and I want to make sure that I'm answering comments, but I will do it at a certain time after a certain task is done with Ale. Those are my rules, and for the most part I do keep up with them, but like I said, there are times where I break the rules. Be mindful of the time that you have with your child. My battery just ran out. I think it's getting darker outside. Anyway, let me hurry up and finish this. Being present in our children's therapies is so important. At least for Alexandria, she gets early intervention, and the therapists only come out like 1 hour out of the week. So I make sure that I'm there, I'm learning the things along with her, and then I'm practicing throughout the week so that she can get the most out of the session. And with that said comes my next tip, which is to be patient. I know that we can get discouraged because special needs kids are just a lot more challenging. Things take longer. Then we're comparing them with other kids, and how come they're not reaching a certain milestone when they're supposed to, things like that. But we just need to keep in mind that we need to be a lot more patient with them, and like I said, put in the work. Make sure that you're present at therapies, and just know that every single failure is part of the process for that big win, and that way it's that much more rewarding. You can appreciate their hard work and your hard work. And that also comes to my last tip, which is be grateful. I am a big advocate for being grateful, expressing your gratitude for every single little achievement. It's a good habit to keep, just because it makes you a more positive person, it motivates you. So yeah, definitely express your gratitude. Thank God I finished this because I feel like it got really dark in here. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I Hope you like this video. I do have more tips for you guys, but I feel like if I keep going, it's going to be a really long video, so I might make another part 2. But thank you so much for watching. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye.